City Guard Commander? Grand Secretary of the Sky Seal Pavilion? Seeing the two men's faces clearly, Anton Rees' eyes widened instantly, his expression filled with disbelief. How did you two end up like this? At this moment, he was truly shocked. After all, these two were high-ranking figures in West Lacosia, capable of calling the wind and summoning the rain. Wherever they went, they were revered like stars in the sky, commanding great respect. Even Anton Rees himself had to treat them with courtesy. He never imagined that in just one night, these two once glorious officials would become disheveled prisoners in shackles. Thorian Rees! You have gone too far! After a brief moment of shock, Anton Rees erupted in anger, even changing the way he addressed him. Do you even know what you're doing? These two are the backbone of West Lacosia. They are the prince's right-hand men. More than that, they are your mentors and elders. And yet you have tortured them like this. Are you even human? Exactly. These two great men have always been loyal and devoted to the country. What crime could they possibly have committed to deserve such treatment from you, young prince? Many others joined in to condemn Thorian Rees. Two pillars of the state had inexplicably become criminals overnight. This was outrageous. Hearing the furious voices of the imperial advisors, the city guard commander and the grand secretary exchanged glances, their faces filled with astonishment and confusion. What was going on? Were these ministers pleading for them? But wasn't their attitude a little too aggressive? After all, they were criminals. Couldn't they speak more calmly? Was all this shouting really necessary? How dare you! Insulting the young prince! I see you all need a lesson! Hearing their blatant disrespect, William instantly flew into a rage, ready to draw his blade, but Thorian Rees stopped him with a raised hand. Pressing William's sword back into its sheath, Thorian Rees slowly lifted his head, his gaze toward Anton Rees turning icy cold. Before you speak, I suggest you use your brain and think. Why do you think I arrested them? Why else? Because you're arrogant and tyrannical. You're falsely accusing the loyal and righteous. Anton Rees retorted without hesitation. First, he put out a warrant for Lewis, and now he was arresting the pillars of the state. If Thorian Rees kept this up, West Lacosia would soon be doomed. Arrogant and tyrannical? Falsely accusing the loyal and righteous? Ha! Thorian Rees suddenly chuckled coldly, then shifted his gaze toward the two prisoners in shackles. You two tell them yourselves, have I falsely accused you? And no, you haven't. The city guard commander shook his head repeatedly. We are guilty beyond doubt. The young prince has already shown us great mercy by sparing our lives, the grand secretary said with a look of shame. Compared to the commander, he had fared much better. At least he had kept his life and protected his family, though he had been dismissed and placed under investigation. That was already a fortune amidst misfortune. My lords, has Thorian Rees threatened you? Anton Rees furrowed his brow and pressed further. Don't be afraid. We are here today to seek justice for you. If you have been wronged, speak up boldly. I will personally go to the prince and ensure your innocence is restored. I have not been wronged, nor have I been threatened. I committed grave mistakes and deserve death. The fact that I ended up like this is entirely my own fault. I have no one else to blame, the city guard commander said miserably. With the crimes he had committed, execution was inevitable. Now, he could only hope his family would not be implicated. Commander, I know you have grievances, but please don't be afraid. All of us colleagues are here to support you, Anton Rees declared self-righteously. That's right. We will clear your names, the other advisors chimed in. I am deeply guilty and deserve to die. Please stop saying these things, the city guard commander pleaded anxiously. Could they not just let him die in peace? If they kept making a fuss and angered the young prince further, his family might end up suffering as well. I understand now. Thorian Rees must have tortured you. Otherwise, why would you be so desperate for death? Anton Rees suddenly exclaimed as if he had uncovered the truth. You fools! Stop meddling in things that don't concern you! The city guard commander was so furious, he nearly jumped. However, in the eyes of Anton Rees and the others, his reaction only confirmed their belief that he had been frightened into submission, forcing him to say such things to protect himself. Thorian Rees! What did you do to these two officials to make them fear you so much? Anton Reese turned and demanded angrily. Everything I have done has been according to the law, Thorian Reese said indifferently. The Grand Secretary was corrupt and has been dismissed, but in light of his cooperation in exposing others, I have chosen not to pursue further punishment. As for the city guard commander, he committed heinous crimes, killing the innocent without remorse. He deserves execution. All evidence has been recorded in detail. As he spoke, William placed the documents of their crimes on the table for all to see. As before, after reviewing the evidence, Anton Reese still refused to believe it. Nonsense! Utter lies! The commander is the defender of the capital. How could he break the law and commit such atrocities? This is obviously fabricated evidence with no credibility. Hearing this, Thorian Reese couldn't help but laugh in anger. The physical evidence was there, the witnesses were present, and undeniable proof of their crimes was laid out before them. Yet, Anton Reese stubbornly refused to see the truth, convinced that he was framing the innocent. How could such a fool hold such a high position? If the entire bureaucracy of West Lucosia was full of idiots like this, perhaps it was time for a thorough purge.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave.